DOT community. This is another DOT after show with Zalon and Bo. How we doing, Bo?
Good, Zalon. How are you?
I am doing good as well. So for this week, we do have a welcome back to 2019. Back to the game, of course. Back to when.
Yeah, Zalon. I hadn't talked to you since last year. What's up?
That's right. That's right. So welcome back. We definitely have some stuff to go over with this event and a bunch of stuff because I'll start off with this. The live stream, because this event went live before the dev live stream, the dev live stream has like half the amount of people in it. It actually maxed out at around 550 people total on YouTube, that is. And it was only because the event's live. That's all. And that's fine. But that also, it's a great stream to get your questions answered. So many people that were posting questions in the chat were getting their questions answered. And I'm not just talking about me and Vintage and Gaming Jaeger and Bo, because they recognize our names and they know that we're not going to post a bunch of garbage. You know, we're going to ask legit questions that we want answered, you know. So, and that is another reason. You post a bunch of garbage, that's another reason if you get a reputation for that. That's another... Are you surprised they don't read your question off, you know? But anyway. So yeah, there was a lot of questions that were being asked, a lot of stuff that's more or less looking at, you know, what's coming for 2019 because everyone's super excited. So let's see who's here.
Yeah, or you keep asking the same question over and over and over, and then say, "Why are you ignoring my question?"
Yeah, that's right. Right. What's up, Zara? What's up, Jamie? Smokey, Dominic, Gary Livingston, Captain Jack. Thank you for all joining so quickly. Yeah, we definitely have some things.
Sarah, what was your question? Maybe Zalon has an answer because, you know, he's, you know, Zalon Predictions TM.
Yeah, Zalon Predictions TM, right? Yeah, I actually, I do have on my list of things that I want to do video-wise making. I do have a Zalon Predictions for 2019 video that I want to put out. So then, for the whole rest of the year, I can go...
My predictions are we're going to have a whole bunch of 4-star Titan events.
Oh, yeah,
how about that?
Big surprise. But anyway, I was going to say, so for the whole year, I can point back to that same video and just be like, look, see? I told you, you know? But, you know, we'll see. I'll hopefully have something like that out soon enough. But then again, you also can blame me for all the things that do go wrong, because I also get so much blame, of course.
We just blame you for everything.
I know, right?
Regardless.
Gary says, poor event in your opinion. 2 likes. No news is good news. What's up, Frankie Too Swift? Thank you for joining in. They don't answer your questions, Zara. I kind of think that I've seen some of your questions answered. Sometimes, though, it could have been asked by other people that they might have read from them. Not saying that they're skipping your questions specifically, but a lot of times it comes down to just what they read on the screen at the time. And that's why this live stream, with a lot less people in it, there was a better chance of getting your stuff answered. Anyway, so we're gonna talk about Yaluth, or as Bo would like to say. Go ahead, Bo. You say it.
Yalith.
Yalith.
They left out the apostrophe. It's Yalith.
It's Yalith. You know, I knew it. I knew the Southern accent would butcher this, and because when we were talking about it before the live stream from our test accounts, I said this name, and when I spelled it to you, you're like Yalith. It's so good. Oh man. Anyway, so Southern Belle Yalith here, the Fire Ranger. Is the new Unek Fire Ranger. And in the lore, we got to point something out in the lore when we get down to it. But she has 2 tier 2 Goliath elemental resists, which is good. I'm going to tell you in one aspect. If you don't get them, if you don't get them with the ability to just throw one orb, if you can throw one orb on Yalith and be able to cover both of those skills, they're both maxed. You're perfectly fine if you can do that. My test account one, I didn't have any. I got Fire and Ice, and Fire and Ice, you have to use more than one orb, which kind of stinks. I was trying to be able to. I was hoping I was going to be able to get a combo differently. But if you can get a combo where one orb can max both your resists for the Goliaths, I'd say that's pretty good. The Goliath defensive X skill as well. I got the devs got armor, But I got health on mine on my test account, which I was actually really happy about. And then the 2 Grenadier offensive X skills, they seem to be, at least the devs got the same ones I had, but they were just switched positions. I don't know if they're giving Grenadier offensive X critical, but if they are, they aren't. I haven't seen it. Maybe it's a possibility, but from what I've seen, it's just damage and armor piercing. So
basically, this Titan is essentially the same as Urdred, right?
Yes.
Because Urdred has 2 Goliath resist level 2, and it has 2 Grenadiers offensive X skills, and then you've got the Goliath defense X skill health or armor on the last one. So if you don't have Urdred, this is basically the same. It's just a different. It's a fire instead of it's a Unak instead of a Ragnar, right?
Right. Exactly. So it's kind of interesting. It's like the flip flop there, because of course being able to deal earth damage was a big deal in the fact that a lot of people don't have a lot of earth resist. Yes, there are Titans with earth resist, but it's not as commonly built up. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, everybody's talking about y'all. Yeah, this is gonna be something for all the for all the Southern USA players. They're gonna love talking about this Titan. Yo, you get your y'all.
Now, Game Rescue makes a good point. There is a W in there, but it's not actually spelled out. So it's spelled YALL, but it's pronounced y'all. You gotta put the W in there.
The W, of course. Save for Chinese New Year event, huh, Gary Livingston? Yeah, well, I'll tell you, that's Chinese New Year last year dropped at the end of January, beginning of February, so I'm thinking that's what we're looking at time-wise for that, because I don't think that, being the fact that it happens at the same time, they're going to have to drop it around that same time. So, anyway, onward. Fire Relics, new Yalith Scarf. Now, the thing is, though, that doesn't go with the southern motif, because you wouldn't need a scarf in the south. So, because it's
most definitely not.
It's too.
I mean, unless you're in one of those preppy areas of like Atlanta or Birmingham.
Yeah.
Maybe if you're in Mountain Brook, you want the scarf, but
yeah, I'm just saying, scarves are for not y'all. Anyway, so it's Grenadier's damage, Goliath armor, Grenadier critical, of course. Damage and critical always really well appreciated. So I think this relic, Goliath armor, if that was Goliath health, I think that would make this relic ultimate. But being the fact that it's just armor, I think a lot of the higher tier players would have preferred the health instead. But still a good relic, especially for players. I'll put this out for players that have not played for 2 years, that have played for a year or less. You're going to want to make sure you grab this relic, because most likely you don't have a huge, massive collection of 4-star relics that you can just say, oh, this one isn't as good as the other something that I have. If you have played for a year or less, you probably could use another relic. And this isn't horrifically bad just because of that Goliath armor. It just could be a lot better. In my opinion. Let's put that out there. But for the boosts, we got 1.3 for Yalith, which, of course, as soon as you hit 14k souls, you then can use Yalith. And then you have a 1.3 boost for all 4-star Unak Titans. I like that. Making it so that, because obviously 1.2, if they would have done like a 1.4 boost, but only like to 1 or 2 Titans, it really restricts things. So I see this as more of a happy median at the 1.3. And so it's, most people are usually doing a lot of the events at 1.2 or less, because they don't have these 1 or 2 or 3 Titans. So I really like that 1.3 boost for the 4-star Unak Titans just flat. Although, of course, that does mean that 3 stars. Well, that means I'm going to run with. Well, on stream here, I was thinking about using maybe Solzar, but also I might also use one of my Infiltrator Fire Titans as well. But
all right.
But yeah, I'll look at it. Why? Who are you using, Bo?
I have exactly 1 4-star Fire Titan, so I will be using Ishkar.
Yeah. Game Rescue says, seems like we're drowning in Grenadier crit at this point. They need to put AP on some of these relics. Yeah, there is. The old 2017 relics have that. But yeah.
We only have 4 relics with Grenadier's armor piercing.
Mm-hmm.
Those 4 relics will be the Cloak of Hades, the Flame Burge, the Flame Volley, and the Tainted Heart. Right? But the Tainted Heart
was a Hades relic.
Yeah, exactly.
No, not Hades. Tainted Heart was for Almirand, I think.
Right. But for Grand Critical, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 relics that you give me Grand Critical, so.
Yeah. February 5th, it's based on the lunar calendar. Also, this is the year of the pig. Oh, that's right, Balazar, year of the pig.
Ooh, maybe we get our physical pig?
Yeah,
maybe.
You know what? That's been said a couple times. Balazar, I think maybe that you're the one that might have been mentioning that before, or maybe, I forget. Somebody else has been mentioning that over and over again.
His name just needs to be Ironhide. You know what? I'm stealing it from Transformers. His name should be Ironhide.
Yeah. I wonder if they can get away with that. They did talk about making sure that Titan names weren't copywritten by other games. They actually mentioned that when people were like, because of course I can hear one of our southern players that play the game says, "Where'd y'all come up with Yawlith?" So I'll tell you, a lot of people were asking that in the stream, like, where do these names come from? Because Yawlith seems like, kind of way out there, but, it definitely, they said that there is more or less, they said that this was said on streams before, but there's like an entire language that they've set up for like each one of these races, and like they have like a kind of like a star map to exactly how you would come up with all the different names. Pretty ingenious, I have to say, because in games like these, when you are trying to stumble around copyright, you got to figure out something, right? So, and then of course,
I would love to see that lexicon of those languages. That would be awesome.
Yeah, right. You're the pig, physical pig with X skill, right? Yeah, right. Well, see, Game Rescue, that's the only way they're going to be able to sell a pig to the community. That's the only way they're going to, because again, Stone Scar wasn't bad. Stone Scar wasn't bad at the time when he was released, because most people didn't have a lot of Earth resist. Well, still, they don't have a lot of Earth resist, but I mean, it wasn't the worst out of all the pigs. Of course, fire. We've seen so many. Flame hides and snow gores and venom tusks over the years, at least if you're a long-term player, or long-time player, I should say. But when it comes down to that, your Halzur, Ilzar, Ishkar, Abazit, Flamehide, Calcor, of course, they're all available here in the temple takeover as normal. And we're seeing the Scorched food again. I got to read this, though. Here, I got a quick read Yawlith's lore. It says, Yawlith spends hours polishing her mask before battle. The Deadly Ranger wants her enemies to get close so they can see their own reflection as they die. All right.
Why would a ranger want them to get close? I don't get that.
Yeah, I know. Rangers kill them at a distance all the time. But anyway, and then you have, while her peer Solzar, not brother, not husband, not long-lost uncle, but her peer Solzar, like they're in a classroom. Another Unak Ranger mastered the skills of leading his fellow Grenadiers in battle. Yawlith was born of fire and earth, leading Grenadiers and Goliaths alike in victory. Now, I do like that. They do explain, it does make sense. There you go. That's why she's buffing Goliaths. Well, at least there's something behind it. But still, that word peer for me, I'm like, peer, huh?
They're co-workers.
Yeah, they're co-workers, right? They go out, they grab each other coffee before work, All right. Anyway, so let's look at the rewards. Real quick. All right, so the rewards breakdown. Brawnhide. Ooh, Brawnhide isn't bad. The brain. I like Rawhide.
Rawhide.
Yeah. Ironhide be copyrighted, all right. Yeah, Gary Livingston, right? What's up, Shia?
Yeah, probably so.
And the brain. Good to see everybody. But here we go. Here's the rundown. We have 4 tokens in this event for a 17K event. That's not bad. It's not bad. It could be more, but the placement of where they are is what's the most crucial, actually. And you'll see here when I scroll through. We also have 400 portal stones, which is on the high side. We're starting to see more portal stones in these events. 475 DGs. Got a problem with that. Okay. Why is it 20?
Yeah.
20?
Why not? Why not make it 500?
Yeah. That should be 500. Definitely have a problem with 475 DGs. It's messed up. And right where they need to fix it is right about there at 2,000. That should be 100 DGs right there, not 75. That's the problem. Now, yes, everyone's going to say we need all the DGs a lot lower on the scale. Yeah, I get that. But this one right here should have been 100, and that's why we should have exactly at least 500 DGs in this event. There's no reason it should be less than that. And then gems, 2,950. Why not make it 3,000?
That's a little low.
Why not make it? Okay. Yeah. I'm on the fact that these are like, you know what I mean? Like, why is it 50 shy of 3,000?
Zalon likes round numbers.
Yeah, I mean, what's the deal with that? Yes, it should be higher on the gems too, though. I agree on that. I definitely agree on that. But maybe that's why they're looking at it at a total cost with the portal stones being higher. There is one epic token in there as well, but it is going to be a little.
Oh yay! So I can get a non-epic 2-star.
Yes, right. Exactly. That's what happens. That is what happens. But with the these because it happens to me quite often. But anyway, with the location of the tokens though along the way especially for the free to play, or the player that is very busy this weekend. You know, you might have spent way too much time doing other things, and this weekend you actually have to get caught up on work or cleaning up your place because it's been wrecked for the last 2 weeks. Let's see. Well, 2,500. Wait, where's the first one? Sorry. First one's only at 125, but then the second one we don't see until 2,500, which that's rough. That's rough.
Yeah,
because I would say if anything, because I was telling my buddy, of course. My one buddy, real good friend of mine growing up, who's been playing this game, I told him, I was like, you gotta get to 3,500. Grab yourself a Stardew, because he's like just starting to transition into like a double-digit castle. You know what I mean, like 13, 14 range.
Oh, Stardew would be good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, getting yourself a nice 3-star ranger and leveling him up, definitely not a bad Titan at all. Besides from that, though, of course, then you get the third token at 4,500. And where's that fourth one? Fourth one's at 9,000. That's all the way up. So the placement of the tokens, great that we have 4. I don't want you to get rid of that. 4 tokens in a 17K event is reasonable. But this fourth one should definitely be about, I'd say right there, 6,000 at the beginning of this tier. Fourth one at 6,000. Third one would get bumped down to like 3,500. And then second one would get bumped down to, or maybe third one would get bumped down to maybe like 2,500. Second one gets bumped down to more like 1,500. Something like that. Because I just don't like that, how spread apart they are. Isn't that great? Happy New Year, Frost. Thanks for joining in.
I do like the spacing of the reward milestones, because we don't have any of those 2,000 and 3,000, soul gaps like we used to have.
Yeah, well, that's also good as well.
Most you have is at 1,000. So.
Correct. It always should be about 500 and then goes up to 1,000 between each one. That is definitely something that should be kept. Don't get rid of that. But anyway, skipping this event, Shia, is anyone really that excited about much in this event? Yalith, to me, I'm gonna give her a shot. I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna see.
Zalon, you said it correctly.
What? Yalith?
Yalith. Hey, Truth, what's up?
What's up, Truth? Happy New Year. Thanks for joining in. I'm glad you're excited to be here. I'm just basing that on all the exclamation points you used. But anyway, so anything specifically, the relics in the top, I mean, 4-star Flame Burge at 8,000, if you're a newer player, if you're not, if you haven't played in 2017, because there was a lot of these flame relics back in 2017 that you probably already have.
Oh, yeah.
Flame Burge, Flame Volley, Flame Arc. We used to see so many Fire and Ice events over and over again that yes, we have these relics. But if you're a 2018 player, I'd say you may not have these because they weren't as prevalent in 2018, I would say, as they were in 2017 in the milestones. You probably got them in pulls, and you might have even seen them in like special events, but maybe in DGs too. Sadly enough. Let's see. Banner Flame. Banner Flame's not bad. But it's not a Grenadier AP relic. So, as Game Rescue was mentioning earlier. Yolith Scarf. Damage, armor, and more critical. Again, this is just something like I was saying earlier. If you're a player that played for a long time, you probably have enough Gren crit and Gren damage, and this is not a Goliath health relic, so a lot of long-time players may say, nah, but some of the newer players would probably say, yeah, I'll grab it because I don't have enough of these types of relics. So,
Brain, I agree with you. Zalon to be like, back in my day, we had fire relics all over the event.
Yeah. That's right. My Titan when he got XP, we went up and downhill. Oh man. Anyway, so in rank rewards, Orb of War. I want to get everybody's opinion here. How many people we got? 37 watching. Orb of War, good reward for 51 to 100 or bad reward for 51 to 100? Please let me.
Hang on, let me pull it up. I don't remember what the Orb of War does. Orb of War, 30% fire and Titan army damage, or Titan and army fire damage, Titan and army.
King Josh, good.
Lightning.
Gary says good.
Titan and army is poison.
Frantic says meh. Shia says better than Frozen Rune. I agree on that. Shia, better than Frozen Rune. Yes. But I just want to know, that glass is half full. Orb is infinitely better than that Frozen Rune. Okay, yeah, true. I just want to see where everybody's feeling about that, because I'm like, it's not a Titan, okay, because 51 to 100 sometimes is a Titan, but being that it's the Orb of War, you know, is it going to be something that people are going to drop for? I don't think so. I think people will still in 11 through 50 will still want a second Yolith. I think so. I don't think they're gonna drop for the Orb of War because they'd rather get 2 rolls at Yolith. But I think people in the range right over 100, will they be fighting to get an Orb of War? Yeah. So I actually think that is exactly. Over 4K gems,
or would they rather have the 4K gems?
Over 4K gems, I think people would rather the Orb of War. I would. Lightning and poison resist.
Times, though, when we're in Legends and we're right there, they're like, well, let's just drop and get the gems.
Not for the Orb of War. Look, it's lightning and poison resist. I don't know on that, Bo. I would go for the Orb of War because lightning and poison resist together comboed.
Oh no, I agree with you. I like it. I'm just saying. I think some people would just rather have 4K gems as opposed to the Orb.
I think this case is different, just for this event. What is? I would like to see more Pantheon Titans that would be outdated in the 5100 slot, for example, Drakor. Okay. Talk says Orb is better. Yeah, than 4K gems. Yeah, tell Bo. I think he's nuts. But anyway, you notice the Yolith is only level 40 for top 1, not level 50. So they're even making that top alliance. Okay. That top alliance still have to work 20 levels to max Yolith out. So I think it's because, again, they do that a lot for Rangers, I've noticed. They don't give.
I don't know. I don't have an Urdred, so I'm going to get y'all. It's just it's basically the same Titan, just a different element, right?
Yeah, and I like those tattoos she has on her arms. Pretty neat. So, all right. Well, anyway, here let's just get into it. I'm gonna. Now, of course, my VP is 0. It was 350K before I had to. I jumped over to Hammer. I'm over in NTG Hammer because when I saw this event, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have the time. I'm definitely gonna have the time, and I'm definitely gonna give it a shot. So I'm gonna see if I can get myself two shots and hopefully help Hammer become a top 50 alliance. Because right now,
truth, we know it's Yoluth. We're just saying Yolith because it's fun.
Yeah, we're saying Yolith because then we figure, just like, okay, who are the people that started saying Champ Yard Dog? Who are the people that started saying Champ Yard Dog? I think you gave Yard Dog his name. You're like, he looks like a bulldog. See, woof woof woof. And that's how it happened. So as long as we continue to call Yolith Yolith, then everyone will feel like they're part of the Southern USA community.
That's right.
Y'all come back now.
You hear?
You hear? All right. Let's see. Oh, yeah, that's right. I have 2 relics left over from the last event. Nice. Speaking of Pantheon Titans, what do you guys think of... I have 1 star. Well, I don't think anything of 1 stars, but what do you guys think of once-a-year Titans included in collections? Yeah, like Hades, when they mentioned that Hades is not something that they were like, oh, well, we're thinking he's kind of linked with Halloween, and they're now starting to go on the train of once-a-year Titans again, and because, of course, that's how they got, the whole Calvarax incident of 2018.
Yeah.
If everyone remembers.
Look, I had a Scorched food relic left over, a 2-star.
Did you? Good for you.
Yeah, I know, right?
I got a 2-star, 1-star. Let's see what's going on here. As mentioned above, a 4-star XP relic or an old 4-star Titan in that slot would be best. Okay, Frantic. Feel you on that. Let's throw Ishkar out there. He's not too horrible. I got, flame damage, critical damage, armor-piercing damage.
Brain's upset about Calvarax, so we shall not speak of the Calvarax.
All right, Brain. All right, we won't mention the B word, and we won't talk about Calvarax. The Brain is very sensitive. If you know the Brain well from the way he talks normally, he's still very sensitive. That's funny. What troops do I want to take in here? Take a few Grens, just for the sake of the fire event.
So, can we talk about end of the season rewards? Because it's pretty pitiful up here in Legend League.
Oh, yeah. Well, it is. It is. Well, there's a... Oh, man, I didn't call for Wrens yet. All right, doesn't matter yet. I'll get that later. Well, I mean, we can talk about anything. I got a whole list of stuff that they talked about here on the Dev live stream, so there's a whole bunch of stuff that we could discuss, of course. 53 watching. Thank you for everybody joining in. Definitely appreciate it.
Well, let's talk about live stream stuff.
Yeah.
So, well, what's on your list? Because you didn't send me a copy.
All right, well, first off, one of the first things I want to mention with everybody here is Doomfire has 2 meteor strikes. Count it. 2.
Yeah.
Uno,
Only 2.
dos. Uno, dos. Okay, 2. People private messaged me, and people even were in my comments the other day on the last fire event. It was a typo. A stupid, and it was eventually corrected yesterday, typo that the Doomfire had 3 meteor spells. People were messaging me and being like, "Oh, Zalon, I can't believe it. They're even outdating our relics. I can't believe I was a fool for leveling up my my Doomfire relic." I was like, I gotta find out, and I leveled up the one that I pulled in my video, and I got to level 5, and it maxed out at 2 spells. I was like, nope, that's a typo. So, but I didn't put out a video on it or anything because there was just obviously too much else going on that I was like, that's like a 2-minute video, and I don't think it's that important, but there definitely is enough people asking about it that I have to mention it. It was most definitely a typo, and it only is 2 meteor strikes, and you are not losing out. And you don't need to forge away everything and quit the game because because there was a typo. Typos do happen, and they did correct it. But anyway, They mentioned there's not going to be any TW in the next 2 months, but Matt's super secret project is going to launch. This has been talked about for a long time. Matt said in the next 2 to 3 weeks, we're going to see/hear about a sneak peek. He didn't mention exactly if we're going to visually see anything or if they're just going to talk about it. but there's going to be sneak peeks on what his project is actually going to be. End of season rewards are terrible. What's up, Brian McAndrew? Thank you for joining in. Took me 2 hours, but I found a top 100 team. Nice, Zarek. We can do with Calvarax every month as
not. You end up with Zarek? I'm just curious.
Yeah. A typo, like a relic gives 75% boost to something, and later they say, "Oops, typo." Yeah, like that. I think that was more of a major typo in comparison to just saying that it had 3 meteor spells over 2 meteor spells. But anyway, let's just get another battle going. The calendar has.
Matt's project is supposed to be a new.
Yes.
Some sort of new event or game mode. What do you think?
Event mode. Event mode is what they've said in the past. Event mode.
Yeah.
So, like, it's going to be something that's going to be in regular rotation, I believe, after it's launched. And that's another like Throne Wars, and that's what Throne Wars was meant to be. It's meant to be a maybe not as frequent, maybe like quarterly. Every 3 months they're going to drop a Throne Wars, but it's meant to be something that happens again. And it's supposed to be considered a major part of the regular rotation. Just make sure plug this in. Oh, that's stupid. Here we go. Oh, wait. What is this? The calendar has been broken in half with 3-star relic titans only and more gems. The calendar?
The daily calendar.
The daily calendar, Truth, is what he's talking about. Because now that I'm looking at Truth, he's like, ooh, a fancy calendar. I'm like, no, there's no calendar. There's no calendar that shows what's going on for the whole rest of this month. I mean, if there was, boy, I'd love to see it. But they only give us exactly what's going on this week and what's going on early next week. So between the time of this now and the next dev live stream. But here we go. Just easy roll through lands right now. I'm just looking for super fast battles that don't take troops. Just while I'm on the stream. They confirmed that more troops in battle give higher chance of drops. I think it has been confirmed maybe before on stream, but they've definitely made it Chris made it a very strong point again. So again, for people that haven't heard that before, the more troops you have in battle, the first drop is always guaranteed. But the more enemy troops that are in battle, so like these battles I'm doing right now, which are really quick, stupid ping pong lands for very fast souls, that are easy, so that I make sure that I'm guaranteed to win them, so that I don't lose any of my soul relics that I'm using. Because I'm doing that, I'm limiting myself to not be getting triple battle drops. I'm still gonna get. They say that you're guaranteed at least one. Sometimes battles though you don't get anything. So, like this one, nothing. So, that when Chris said that you're guaranteed one, I was like, you start with one. That's not always true. So,
Faraday, what do you mean they need a bow calendar for every month? What's a bow calendar?
You want me to use Mamesh for the event? Level her up? I could switch over. Maybe next relic. Maybe I'll do that. For the next relic. JJ's comment on fixing leagues. They know that the system is broken. I would say it's just there's no really other way to address it. Being the fact that the second Legends server is so dead. But besides from that, I know they've mentioned on the stream that they're like, oh yeah, we're definitely going to look into trying to be able to get a better system worked out that players aren't going to be so afraid of Legends League. Basically, that's really what it comes down to. People are just terrified.
It's not that they're afraid of Legends.
Terrified.
League, it's that it's
terrified.
Just not worth it most of the time.
True.
I mean, for that.
It's not worth. It's not worth the struggle. That's what it is. People would rather have everything to be more easygoing And if
Oh.
anything, you know, because people in Masters leagues get really upset when you take their lands and everything else. It needs to
They
be.
do.
It needs to be more. I mean, players just want it to be more cushioned, so they go down. You know, they have the option to go down to other leagues, so they do so.
Okay, so Fahrenheit was talking about the calendar that we made, the calendar of events. Yeah, Fahrenheit, I wish that they gave us enough information that we could make those calendars more often, but unfortunately they don't.
Well, no, Frantic, when I say people are terrified, I'm not talking about the people in Masters that have been there forever or players that are over a certain level. It's just a lot of times newer players, especially when I'm talking like, I don't know, Castle 15, 16, 17, they're more likely to stay down in Champions League and Masters League and not come up to Legends League just because they just would rather not have to deal with it. It's more convenient to stay down lower leagues. You don't get attacked as much, and or even if you do get it, if you're in a very competitive battle, I'm in an alliance that's shooting for top 5, you know, and you're getting attacked and stuff like that. That's great, but you know, and you're having and you may be having a great time in Masters. I'm not saying it's a real bad time or anything like that, but I hear it's becoming less and less populated as well, making it so that the next league below it, Champions League, is becoming more overly populated. So it just, I don't know, just seeing that kind of recession backwards to me it's not good. Just means that there are more or less higher level players are having the ability to be in leagues with lower level players that are growing, and a lot of them just say, I don't want to do this anymore. Restricting a lot of those medium castle levels from getting farther along in the game, or encouraging them to get farther along in the game.
No more land depletion. If there's no land depletion, then there's no drops when you collect a neutral land. So.
What, Frantic? That 3?
Hey, look, we're in top 50s.
3-star. We talking jumpers? Oh, brain. I don't want to talk that, but yeah, we are a little bit. Sweeney Todd, what's going on?
What's up, Sweeney Todd?
Bolon.
Is that it? It's like we're a couple.
Yeah.
They smash the names together. And
yeah, that's our tabloid name. Our tabloid name. You see?
Oh, what's the "I Got $1" song?
Oh, what's up? What's up, Truth?
I got it.
Do you?
Hold on a second. Yeah, of course I do. What are you talking about? Do I have it?
No problem.
So I got $1. I got $1. I got $1. Hey, 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 hey. I got $1. I got $1. I got $1. Hey, 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 hey.
Nice. I like how I actually have to sing it now. I have the. Thanks, Bo. Thank you, Truth. Very much appreciated.
Oh, Truth wants a live version.
Live version?
Hey, MB, we only we do what D tells us to. So just go where we're told.
do what D tells us to. Wow. Yeah. Well, when it comes down to try to stay as organized as possible, we definitely have Mo's magical soundboard. That's right. Now, after this relic's over, I'll switch over to Mamesh just for Zaret. Let's see. What else was talked about today? New class 2019. Oh, hashtag new class 2019. That's the one thing I want to start. Hashtag new class 2019. That's what I want. I want new class of Titan. Change things up. Mix things up. Give all those old players that love to sit on their high horses and say, there's nothing new for us. Give them something to work on. Give us some, you know what I mean? I know there's going to be a new troop this year. I'm saying new class, new troop, and yeah. Well, they also mentioned about raising the player level. I have no idea how high, but I don't know about raising castle though. I don't know if that's going to be something they're actually going to talk about. No, you're working, can't get started. It's okay, Godan. It's okay. After you come home, paddle the children on the top of their heads. Hello, hello, hello. Kiss the wife. Go seclude yourself in the bathroom. Lock the door until dinner time.
Hey, Hector finally decided to show up.
Oh, did he? Nice, nice, nice. But that's the game plan, Godan.
How you been, Hector?
It's a bowmance. It's a bowmance.
A bromance.
Yeah. You want the dollar, Sweeney Todd? Oh my gosh. All right, well, switching Titans. Hold on. Well, we got Halzir, too. See, they're all solo level, but Mamesh isn't bad at 20. Yeah, but what do we got? Mm-hmm.
Who's the strongest player in the world?
Who's the strongest player in the world? That's a good question.
Who's ever spent the most money?
Yeah. Yeah, probably. I wouldn't doubt. What people will be like, is it DTE? No. It could be the brain. He's got six skilled Titans. Could be the brain.
It could be the brain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Could be the brain. Who am I? Oh, yeah, I just have. Let's get another level here. Get that second skill going. New Adventurers Guild this year? No, they say that whatever Matt's thing that he's working on is apparently a mix of the Adventurers Guild and Trials of Power? I don't know. Yeah, that's what's been said before. What's up, Joseph? At some point, spending money doesn't make you stronger. Ooh, spoken from the brain. Spoken from the brain. By the way, Happy New Year's, DOT community. Thank you, Brett Huber. Thank you. Did D pop in? Don't worry, Hammer needs to be filled. Now we are filling legends. Oh, see? Of course. When you talk about her, she's going to come out of nowhere. And if you're not careful, she's going to take that wrench and bop you over the head. Yeah, she's going to bop you over the head with that wrench. She's going to... What are you saying? Pop!
Oh, Don Power says he's the strongest player in the world.
Oh! There we go. We got some claims. Everybody hear that? Don Power's in-game name is... you could find Don Powers at... Woohoo! What's up, D? 61 watching. Thank you for everybody joining in. Well, I messaged D and she never responded. Oh! You hear that? Well, D, get on that. Zaret's calling you out on the stream. Let's see. Hold on. How many souls do we get so far? Hammer's in 40th. Nice. Who's jumping out? Who's doing the serious grind? Who's got the triple relics on? Who's triple stacking? Somebody is. Oh, Bucus. You might even be quad stacking for all you know. Because, and I don't want to say that I recommend this. I have in the past done it, and I have gotten what I would say is the above average or average pull, like just above average, right about that, where is if you get the 4-star but you get 3 3-stars along with it, then you're actually, because it's a 24k gem spend over the usual 20 that it would be for 10 relics. So it's an extra 4,000 gems, but you do have to get a good amount of 3-stars in there to make it worth it. If you get a second 4-star, it's definitely worth it. But, you know, that's not exactly something that you're most likely going to see. I'm not going to say that that's very possible or anything like that. So, all mothers know when their name is being spoken. DOT Mama D. I like that, Brett Huber. I like that. 61 watching and 6 likes. Shame. Thank you, Gary Livingston. It is. Shame. Everyone here. We're gonna have to do the shame walk. All right. And D's going to be there behind you, bopping you over the head with the wrench. Game of Thrones style. Shame. Alright, come on now. Yeah, you know what's funny? Now that it's the new year, I just, in my head, just popped, I just thought about it. Do we already know what all the commercials for the Super Bowl is already? It's like everything happens earlier and earlier and earlier. It's like as soon as the new year happens, it's like we've released all the Super Bowl commercials already. It's like they're not even really Super Bowl.
Pretty soon they'll be releasing them before the season starts.
Yeah, right. They just seem to what's
like
the point of them
Christmas
being
stuff
Super
out
Bowl
before
commercials?
Halloween, so.
I know they're seen by more people, but they don't have anywhere near the same kind of shock and awe value when everybody's already seen them a whole bunch of times beforehand. Like, how does that have any kind of shock and awe value? It doesn't. It's seen by a bunch more people. That's all. I don't know. Weird. All right. Back to DOT stuff that happened in the live stream. They did talk about new avatars are coming, battle summary coming in 129, which is going to be one of the next updates that we're going to see very soon. Besides from that, what's coming next week? This is what they said in the live stream. Here you go. I decrypted it because it's the only way that it makes sense. You ready for this, everybody? How many people are here? 59 watching? You're all benefiting. They said
Zalon predictions TM.
Yeah, TM. Even more than that, because this isn't even exactly a prediction. This just makes sense, okay? They said there's going to be a Spellcraft and a Boot Camp event, all right? Spellcraft is going to drop on Monday, and it's going to be for 24 hours, because Spellcraft is not an event that drops for more than 2 hours. I mean, not more than 2 days. Like, they're not going to run that for 2 days. It's a 24-hour event. It's going to be, spells are going to cost you one gold. The thing you need to do, and it should, like previous spellcrafts, allow you to make any spell. With that caveat, what everyone needs to do, especially myself, because I still can't make them until I get to, I think, 23. But I can't make the Lightning Storm spells. So what you really need to do on Monday is make as many Lightning Storm spells as possible. Because I know a lot of other players out there can't make them just like I can't make them. So make as many as you can. And besides from that, that's pretty much the only thing the Spellcraft event, in my opinion, really has for the DOT community. Make as many Storm spells as possible. Besides from that, it does give you discounts on, like, making the, what's it called?
Like maybe an upgrade for a forge. Or
upgrading the
tower.
forges, yeah, and the tower, yeah. Besides from that, that's pretty much what Spellcraft is about. Make as many Lightning Storm spells as possible. And then they say there's going to be a boot camp for Volstan. If that's going to happen, and they said there's going to be an event dropping Thursday, which they did. They said before next Thursday, they're going to have the Spellcraft and this Volstan's Boot Camp. And Volstan's Boot Camp in the past has always been 2-day event. Except for, I think, maybe the test one was only 24 hours. I forget. The first one that happened. Because we've had a few now. And they did say that this one is going to be a little bit different than the previous ones. They're still tweaking the Volstan's Boot Camp, but I believe that event is also going to be an event that's going to rotate around on a pretty regular basis. Because it's giving us a whole bunch of Titan XP relics, allowing us, at this point, with as many 2-stars that we see in battle drops right now, and the occasional 3-star, it's definitely going to be something that people are interested in grinding a lot. Because think about it. If you grind the event, you're going to most likely get a decent amount of 2-star XP relics and 1-star XP relics. Well, not 1-stars, but more 2-stars than anything else. But also, you'll be getting even more for just acquiring the souls in the it's more XP relics just in general. It's going to be good. I'm actually excited for it at this point. The XP relics in the game for 2019, I think, have gotten to a point where people aren't. The complaints are way low. Are people still complaining about them? Of course. People complain about everything in this game. All the time. Every day. Every second. But, is it being complained about less? Yes. I believe so.
Yeah, the 2-star XP, and then, every so often you get a 3-star. Those add up over time. And if you just throw them on your Titan as you get them, then it really helps speed things along.
Yeah. I am going to try for top 100 highest VP collected player in the game, Grisha George. All right. Oh, I messaged you D 35 minutes ago. D slacking. Getting called out by the brain.
Poor D.
Poor D. Ross Boyd, is there any spots in a top 50 team? I have 70k souls and don't have to work the next 3 days. Truth says, look at Ross selling himself. I don't have to work for the next 3 days. I like that smiley face. Good for you, Ross Boyd. Enjoy your 3-day weekend. But with that in mind, yeah, there's definitely top 50 teams. And if your name on here matches in game, that would be another great thing to mention if you are looking to advertise that you're looking for a top 50 alliance. I am not the strongest player in the world. All right, Kimosabi. I have to say the same thing. I think a lot of players, of course, want to be the strongest player in the world, but I think a majority of them know that there's a lot.
I can tell you how to do that.
It's always going to change. There's always going to be a changing meta. But what are you going to say, Bo? What are you going to say? What are you going to tell everybody?
I mean, all you got to do is spend money.
Oh,
finish all the events and make sure that you do a bunch of pulls from the Epic and max all your Titans. So, there you go.
There you go. The magic. You've revealed the secret. What else we got here? What's this? Level 14 with 181,000. All right. I'll just keep looking around. So anyway, they've mentioned a couple other things. So yeah, boot camp is going to be Tuesday, Wednesday. So Spellcraft Monday, boot camp Tuesday, Wednesday, new event next week, Thursday, whatever it is. They really didn't even reveal anything about what next week's event's going to be like. It's going to be interesting. Besides from that, though, they mentioned, Chris says, we're not done with the Greek Titans. Definitely not done with the Greek gods, says Quiff. So, and that's, it sounded like I'm reading a book to my daughter, but yes, that's what they said. Not done with Greek Titans was Chris's exact words, and they're definitely not done with gods in general. Well, I could have guessed that.
Yeah,
though.
That's good.
You know. Look at that, level 8 land. 364 with a level 60 Thor sitting on it. Pass! They're like booby traps. They're like booby traps people put out at the very end of their spiral of lands. It's a booby trap land.
Yeah, there's like that one land that has a level 60 Titan with full troops.
Yeah, it's like, what is that? All right, anyway, let's see. They need to push the 50% more XP on lands on events a little more. Yeah, Frankie Too Swift, I'd like to see that happen. Maybe during the Chinese New Year, we'll see 50% XP on lands again. Let's all, you can get on the bandwagon. People that are listening after the fact, put it in the comments. We want to see 50% more Titan XP for the Chinese New Year. Get it going now. Developers will hear it, and then we'll get it to actually happen. Because they know that that's extremely popular and will help the event. But maybe it's not on their list of things that they should be thinking about incorporating. Because remember, the events that we are playing in a month from now are actually, guess what? Those events are being worked on right now. So when people complain about the current event that's out right now, it's kind of like talking about a car after it's already been released. It's like, man, that car should have this, this, and this on it. It's like, well, that car's been released and it's out to all the dealerships already, so better luck on the next year's version. So that's the way you have to look at when you're talking about fixing events or trying to get things to happen, is you got to talk about about 3 to 4 weeks out on events, and because that's what they're working on. They're refining next week's event and everything else to like right now, and maybe the milestones may be up to like the last minute, like exactly the soul counts, but they have everything pretty much figured out when it comes down to like, this is what it's going to be. These are all the art layouts. Like, it's all sitting. It's just waiting to be put together, more or less. So, think about it that way. Good morning, Lieutenant Lou. It is 1 p.m. in the afternoon. Wow, Truth says I'm the sexiest player in the world. Just overtook Bo with my last haircut. Do you hear that, Bo? You lost sexiest player points because of Truth's most recent haircut.
I'm highly disappointed. I didn't realize I were in the running for that, but okay.
Yeah. Apparently you've fallen on the rankings. I like that. You sound like the devs, Bo. Spend money. That's right, King. Or have they held...
Well, I wasn't telling you to do it. I was just telling you how to do it.
Really? All right. Let's see here. 560. How many more uses do I have on this second relic? Let's see what we got. I got a few other things to talk about real quick. 6 more. I could probably do 6 more battles. Just got to find a couple lands because it's just super fast rando land speed rating here. Here we go. Let's try to snatch this one.
It's Truth's on the cover of DOT magazine. DOT Times.
DOT.
Sexiest player alive.
Yeah, that's right. Truth and nothing but the truth. That's what it would say at the bottom. Yeah, that would be pretty funny. All right, anyway.
It's like a maximum spread, and he's holding his tablet in a strategic.
In his most strategic way. Yeah, that's right. That'd be really funny. All right, let's do this. So Drumadiddle asked about when are they fixing castle maps. There was a lot of testing done.
Real gamer.
There was a lot of testing done for that. They said that they're going to be getting to that soon. So I'm thinking it's like a February, March thing when it comes down to like getting a more generalized castle map situation rolled out. That's all dealing with a lot of the elder players more than it is all. And I think the developers are trying to cater still to the starting out player because they're trying to bring more new players into the game and make their experience awesome so that when they get up to Champion League, maybe they'll eventually want to go up to Legend League. Maybe. You know what I mean? But I know that they still have to fix leagues for that to work, but I know that all I'm getting at is they are still trying to cater to a lot of those lower castle levels. But they did say there's going to be new collections in the Pantheon. They did mention, I mentioned multiple times about getting 2-star Berserkers. A couple other people did as well into the mix. And somebody asked, why would you want 2-star Berserkers? And it's all about, I have so many 4-star Berserkers that need good forging food that I need 2-star Berserkers in the game. I just need them. They need to They just need to exist. That's all I want.
Yes, we need them to be a thing.
And it sounded like, yeah, we'll drop one. I mean, all right. And when it comes down to like when they drop 3 stars, they just need to drop a 2-star Berserker for every element. They need to drop 6 2-star Berserkers into the game, and then done deal. That's all that needs to happen. You know, 1 for each element. There you go. Now that the problem's solved. Otherwise, even if they drop one new 2-star Berserker into the game, yeah, that'll be great, but the chances of you actually getting that 2-star in a battle drop is still going to be fairly low since there's only one of them in comparison to all the other 2-stars having multiples of their class. So, I don't know. I think there needs to be more in general. Choose your Titan Relic for end-of-season rewards and legends. I mean, how hard is that? Well, with the new system that they have for the events where we're getting tokens, where we get to choose our Titan, I believe that is now going to be possible for season rewards as well. If they provide some sort of token that allows us to choose. I think that's the way they would be able to implement it into the...
Yeah, I do believe they're going to do that at some point. I don't know how mechanically they're going to do it, but I think that's going to happen.
Yeah. So, let's see what else here. We're gonna see XP relics for relics. Boy, I wrote that weird. No, it's XP relics as relic drops. Like they're going to be like forge material. They said that that's coming in the next release, as in like fairly soon. To the game, we're going to actually see relics that will be similar to the XP relics, which will just be
but for relics.
But for relics and relics only, I would assume. I don't think you can use it for anything else. So in that case, would it give more relic XP? That's what it should. I mean, hopefully that what they're inferring is these are going to give more relic XP than a normal 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, 4-star. They said it's going to be a relic, considered a relic XP silo. I like that. All right. Tell me it's filled so that I can take a 4-star from level 1 to level 3 because I have or level 4 or something like that, or halfway a 4-star relic with a 4-star, relic XP. See, it's weird to say it. It's really weird to say a relic XP relic. But yeah.
Yeah. It's hard to say.
Gosh, these lands are getting attacked so quickly.
There you go, Hector. Hector's working on the man beard.
Are you? Still waiting for Zeus? Well, Kimusabi, they said, we are not done with the Greeks. And Chris said, you will know when we're done with the Greeks, which means Zeus is coming at the end. Just like...
That's what I gathered, was that you would know when we're done. And
you will know when we're done means Zeus will be the last one when they're finished. And that means there's going to be a Greek 2 collection, just because there's already one more Greek Titan than there is in the Greek 1 collection. Plus, there's going to be a, Norse 2 collection, because we have Hel. Hel is a Norse god. So, there is that.
Yeah, for those of us that have Hel.
And Boganora, we're just going to have to mute you here on the stream. What's up, JJ? JJ's here. JJ in the house.
Hey, yo, JJ.
JJ, you going to be doing us all a wonderful solid? Actually, JJ, can you speak to the fact? Are you part of the laying off, or I should say, the suspension of federal workers right now? Are you still working? Because there is a lot of the U.S. federal government right now has actually had a lot of places not have federal employees working at right now, kind of laid off, government shutdown kind of thing. So maybe JJ's home. Maybe you could give us an analysis. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, some of the stuff I've been reading about the whole government shutdown recently has been pretty insane. Hashtag, where's your hell Zalon? I don't know, Brett Huber. Maybe in the permaban Brett Huber. No. I won't permaban you, Brett Huber. Let's see. Anything else that I missed? Hell's amazing, Zalon. How's yours? I don't know, Truth. I'm gonna permaban you too. No. Oh, no shutdown for you? Okay. Well, good. Tell them you want to get out of work early, though. A shutdown is for non-essential workers? Yeah. Oh, so you're super essential, huh? Is that what you are, Mr. Essential? Well, some of the stuff that I've been hearing about Yosemite Park is pretty disturbing. We won't go into it in detail here. We'll leave it for a longer live stream. We'll leave it for a second hour of a live stream for the, those are the best discussions. That's the best time. Actually, do I still have any uses left? Two more. All right, two more battles. And let me just make sure that I check my list here. Then I've checked it twice. Find out if Brett Huber and Truth have been naughty or nice, and Bo. No, because you guys have all been ragging on me for my hell, so you've all been naughty. And you're not going to be featured in...
Guys, I posted the Discord link in there if you want to jump on.
Yeah. JJ is essential. That's right, but he's essential to the DOT community as well. JJ, Thursdays are for essential DOT YouTubers only. And you are required you are required to post something.
Presence is required.
Is required, and you are essential.
This is a non-optional meeting.
Yes. Emergency management and healthcare are essential. Parks and Rec is just that. Yeah, exactly. Naughty? Yep. Essential? No. Truth.
Yeah, Balazar, I like my hell as well. Pretty much my favorite Titan at this point.
Thank you, Frankie Too Swift. That's what I want to hear. You got 2 hells, but you put them on the back burner for now. It means I'm not missing out. Thank you. I appreciate that.
No, you're missing out. Well, I didn't get Hades and Hades right there with the,
Yeah, well, I got the Hades, and I got the Urdrid, and although my Urdrid's not that great, but
okay, I didn't get Urdrid, so.
When I got Krampus too. I mean, but my Krampus wasn't that bad. He wasn't that bad. Should be able to do a stream later, but it will be later than normal time. 1800 to 2000. What's up, Ron Gamer? You like how I said that, JJ? Sounded like a non-essential person saying that. 1800 to 2000. It's 1800 to 2000 Eastern Standard Time. Reporting in, Mr. JJ, essential personnel.
Well, it's Ron Gamer. Hey, Ron, I like the 10.
Yes. And that video, Chris said he's going to listen to that video on his way home tonight. All right, Truth's out. All right, thank you, Truth. Thank you for joining. This is going to be my last battle anyway. Now look at all these hammer players over here. Don't ruin it, Frankie Too Swift. We want Zalon to feel horrible about not having her. I know, right? You got to make sure that I'm in the dirt. Oh, yeah, we'll do the 2018 stats. I have them written down as well. 274 million PvP battles, 6 trillion, 126 million VP, 112 trillion gold, 69 trillion food. Now, does that surprise you that there is a gap that big between gold and food? Does that mean there's more gold? Does that mean there's more gold lands that drop than food lands in your neutral zone?
I think that's because you need more gold in the game than you do food for upgrades.
But I feel like the most active players in the game farm food than gold. Like, for instance,
well, maybe
if you have a choice, let's ask everybody in chat. If you have a choice between a food land or a gold land in ping pong during an event, which one would you choose? I personally would choose food lands because food is needed. Food is needed for so many more things than gold. But how is there 112 trillion gold and only 69 trillion food? You know what I'm saying? That just makes it's just a little. I don't know. It's a little wonky thing there. Does that mean more gold lands? Because as you see, you always typically get 2 VP lands. Sometimes you get 1 VP land and extra food or gold lands. So I don't know. I've also gotten 3 VP lands before though too, and only 1 food or gold land. So I'm just saying, does it mean the gold lands are more prevalent? I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah. So newer players need gold more than food. Like what Game Rescue?
Game Rescue says true.
So,
but I feel like who's more active? a player up in Legend League farming food exclusively with 1,000 battles in a week, or a brand new player that has like a few hundred battles going for gold. I don't know. And the amount of gold that they need for upgrades at lower levels isn't that much in comparison to the amount of gold you need at higher levels. I don't know. I'm just saying. But I'm still saying, though, if there was 112 trillion gold available to be gotten and only 69 trillion food available to be gotten, like, why does that just seem like that much of a gap balance? Should it be more like maybe, okay, 112 trillion gold, but maybe like 90 trillion or 100 trillion? You know? I don't know. Just seems large for me. Yep. All right. I think it was my last battle. Let's check the leaderboard. 27th. Nice. Let's see.
Yeah, we're not doing too bad.
People have fallen.
Oh, by the way, I jumped over to Hammer.
Did you jump over to Hammer? Okay, very nice.
Yeah, Dee sent me an invite. Get your butt over here. We just go where we're told, so.
More lower castle guys, players drop out in the mid-castle range? Yeah, that could be the case. There's more of a rotation at the very bottom than the top. And they're just constantly spinning their wheels. But yeah, food, land, PP, food. I only farm food. Yeah, cheers, Bo and Z. I'm happy Chris will be watching that video of mine. Yeah, exactly, right? This was the stream, Ron Gamer. I was mentioning this earlier. This was the stream because it maxed out at 550 people that you could actually get your questions answered. It was a lot easier for the devs to actually catch your questions and be able to answer them fast enough to be able to catch more questions. All depends on what is happening. More upgrades with gold if you have 5 builders. It's true. Later game players need food more, in my opinion, especially if they are done building. Yeah, true. I just upgraded to 23, so I need a ton of gold right now after I upgrade everything, food all the way. Yeah, of course. It is a curious discrepancy. Everyone knows I raid food only. Oh, is that right, JJ? Because you're essential personnel, right?
That's right.
That's why everyone knows I raid food only. Maybe it's because there are lots more new players who need gold for upgrades. Yeah, we said that. Most will be soloing during events and won't need as much food. Trickery. All right, we're going to go through here. Soulless is at the top. We got Events R Us, Sentinel, League of Gods. League of Gods is participating pretty heavily, but again, we'll see here in the next, because usually they're in like top 10, but top 5. Seems like they're pretty interested. Solamaris are up there, one event. More event teams. There's everyone's favorite VPJP. Let's see, Rogue Freedom. There's Hammer at 27. Sanctuary. I want to know if that's Gaming Jaeger's crew up in 36. I know they went through a merger recently. Quantum's Web's up here. Went through a merger recently, so they're have some extra help. It sounds like. Besides from that, there's a Phoenix team. Yeah. All right. Well, good luck to everybody in the event. I will be back again with some actual grind streams, probably tomorrow and Saturday, probably during the day. Besides from that, though, of course,
I'll have to jump on with you guys because evidently my internet is still.
Oh, that's too bad. That's too bad. But yeah, I think I covered everything. Titan reroll. They mentioned here two things that I have on the side here. I didn't read it. One thing, major game rescue thing, Titan reroll, not soon, maybe later. It's not something that they're even saying is on like the near future.
Happen.
They didn't say near future, they said maybe later. Maybe later. They didn't say no, not gonna happen, Bo. They didn't say that. I know you'd like to crush Game Rescue's dreams, but no. It is still no. I even said I wanted it, and that's why you're like, are you still waiting on that? But yeah, we'll see. Titan reroll, still maybe something. Maybe that's something that they're thinking maybe end of 2019 or even beginning of 2020. So you never know. But they also said the relic forging animation, they're not getting rid of that anytime soon either. Maybe later. Sounds like it's either a late 2019 or early 2020 kind of situation. They're not. It's part of their wait. The animation is not there just to make you mad. I don't know if anybody realized that or not. They've mentioned it multiple times on their stream. The animation is not there just to make your day last longer because it's there. When it's there, it's a back and forth interaction with your device and their servers to make sure that there's no cheating, hacking, and this, that, and the other thing. Can it be done better? Is there probably a more streamlined way of doing so?
And the one thing
yes.
They do server side.
Yeah. Yeah. There probably is a better way to do it and go about doing it and fixing it, but to do so would take resources off of other projects. So if because of that, they don't want to give their resources on these other projects up to fix that anytime soon, is basically what they're saying. So, yes, the relic forging animation stays at its current state and how long it takes for it to be there, unfortunately. So, yeah. Animation is to log with their servers. Yes, exactly. So, want to get rid of it? Sure. Can they get rid of it? Most likely. Will it be gotten rid of anytime soon? Probably not. So, like I said before, good luck with everything in the event. Bo, do you have any last words? I'm expecting... Oh.
No, I'm good. Just grinding away.
Just grinding away. Yeah, I'm going to keep at it as well. Zalon, how far do you think a non-pay-to-win player will get through the... Oh, well, yeah, sure. People, well, there's a couple...
You can go all the way. You can...
Yeah, well...
You can go all the way. Now,
if you've saved gems, yeah.
Non-pay-to-win, right?
Yeah. If you've saved...
JJ, maybe that's a...
Because there's definitely players that have saved gems and have saved tokens from previous events that you could use them in this event and get farther along than you normally would. But also, too, if you're just going to use the portal stones you get in the event and maybe some of the gems you get in the event for portal stone refreshes and try to just grind as far as you can the next 3.5 days that we have to do this event, I'd say a good goal would be 2,500 and grab some of these, grab these tokens. I think that's the second one at 2,500, which kind of sucks, but it is. Yeah. So at 2,500, grab that. If you have more time, grab Sardu. If you have more time, grab Sardu. If you have less time, grab the second relic token at 2,500. You still get some divine gems. You still get a bunch of portal stones. It's something. You know what I mean? You have to at least set your goal at something, because if you say I'm not doing this event, does that mean you're not playing the game? Most likely not. It means you are playing the game and you still will be getting rewards whether you want to get them or not. They're there. So make sure you collect them. But that's what I would say. 2,500, 3,500, 4,500 if you're extremely adventurous and have the time. Get that third token. But other than that, the real beef, the real meat of the event, if you're going for it, is all up here in the 14, 15, 17 range for these relics and divine gems and stuff. There's
Hey, Zalon.
Yep. What's up?
Guess what I got?
4-star!
Did you really? You got a 4?
I'm pulling again.
Did you pull it again?
Yeah, I did.
Did you pull again? Like I say? See, I like how you.
Well, of course I pulled again.
Well, see, at least you kept the I'm pulling again at the very end, because you have to. As soon as you get a 4-star, you have to. King Ragnar says I'm not doing this event. I think they should put about 15 relic tokens in every event. Well, King Ragnar, I wish every stoplight was green for me too, but unfortunately it's not. So I can wish a lot of things too, but I think that's a little far-fetched.
15 relic tokens, not 15 event tokens, right? That'd be a bit nuts.
Yeah, exactly.
3-star.
Yeah, there you go.
Sorry.
All right. I'm looking forward to JJ's event summary. I'm looking forward to Game Rescue's event summary. I'm looking forward to Ron Gamer making at least one live stream. Ron Gamer, you owe us a live stream. And yeah, so I'm looking for all sorts of great content from all sorts of DOT YouTubers. I'm very excited for this weekend, just for the simple fact that it's not a super high soul count in my eyes in comparison. So I'm gonna, and I do have some time here in the like today, tomorrow, and Saturday. I might be a little busy on Sunday, but yeah, it's all right. So, all right, DOT.
Yeah, I'm trying to get finished before Sunday because that's the I got some stuff going on.
All right. We need a Jack in the Box Zalon animation with that soundbite. Yeah, right. Yep. Game Rescues is uploading now. Excellent. All right. All right, DOT community. Thank you all for tuning in, and for the non-toxic gamers, I am Zalon.
And I am Bo.
And we are signing off.